if you like go on YouTube, they did this live, and I used to
Did
watch
what
it.
live?
Uptown.
Uptown?
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, it had to be like fucking 010 or something.
Yeah.
08.
I used to watch it all the fucking time, bro.
Bro, you know what's funny? Like a lot of people out here don't play Drake, but I noticed like Vega will play him.
I'll play him.
You'll play him.
Yeah.
So when I hear Drake in the party, it's like rare. But I'm like, okay, come on, get it.
Yeah. They will always play his older shit. Like, just type in Uptown Drake live.
Virginia Beach doesn't really mess with Drake like that. For good reason. I love Drake though.
I don't think it's that one.
What year does it say? Uptown Live, Club Paradise. You saying they all performing together?
It's that one.
Just turn it down on your laptop a little bit.
It's that the one beneath that one that's moving. It was that one. I used to watch that shit all the time.
I'm trying to see what year does it say here and go down?
15 years.
2015. Oh, so this was way after it came out because this was like on.
No,
I think
is
Drake's
09.
like.
It's 09.
Did it say 09?
Yeah.
09. Okay.
This is so far gone.
February 2009. I was in 9th grade. Yeah.
Damn, man, right. How old are you?
29.
You was in the 9th grade?
Yeah. What grade were you in? I think you're younger than me, so you weren't probably in 8th grade.
I was in 7th.
What year did you graduate?
14.
I graduated 2013. You graduated 2014, right?
I got 15.
15? Because I just saw your post. It was like your birthday. You just turned 28.
Yeah.
When was your birthday?
The 28th of November.
Okay.
96.
Yeah, I'm about to be 30 in September, bro. Me and Nas actually have the same
30.
birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
Nah, this is my song. I listen to this a lot, actually, still. This, and off this album, this was fire, and he had a song called Say What's Real.
Yeah, that's my shit.
Yeah, that shit hard.
Damn, what was my favorite song on that shit? Sooner Than Later.
That one's cool. There's a lot of bangers on there. You got Houston Atlanta Vegas is on there.
Yeah.
Successful.
Yeah.
Drake's getting a lot of hate right now, but Drake's still my favorite artist, bro.
Yeah, like
I saw people saying that Kendrick Lamar halftime performance was better than Michael Jackson. What?
No
Kendrick could never.
Never.
My boy TC said that. I'm talking to you,
years.
TC. The fuck is wrong with you? How you doing though, bro? What's good? Welcome back.
Man.
When was our last episode? It was me, you, and Wise. I remember that.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I don't even remember if it was last year or the year before that. Was it 23? 24?
Yeah, I think it was either early 23. Yeah. Or like late 23.
It was really cool because on that episode we were talking about Rahul.
Yeah.
I think I put you guys on with Rahul. I can't remember. You might already knew about him, but
I knew about him.
I did a podcast with him.
Yeah.
Since then.
I went to
LA.
You went to LA, yeah.
We did a podcast in LA with Rahul. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
Shit was fire.
But before we start, man, I do want to, wish you a happy 5-year anniversary.
Thank you.
Know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. But so speaking of new things, this is our 5th year doing the pod. This is actually going to be our very first Patreon exclusive episode.
Really?
So the way we're going to start doing it now, which we kind of probably should have been doing this, but I feel like we kind of had to earn it. So it's like we put in like 5 years, almost 5 years, just the 5th year. But so from now on, each episode will be, we're going to have like a $5 a month Patreon. Okay. So each episode will go up there exclusively early. And then like a week later, it'll be on YouTube still for free. Okay. So we still want to put stuff on YouTube because we ultimately want to get the stuff to the people. But it's like, I feel like we earned it. You know what I'm saying? We've been trying to kind of build a little core fan base. And so yeah, we'll see. We want to start making money with this show because time goes on and it gets harder and harder to do things. Like you eventually have to make your business profitable, right? To be able to continue to do it. So we'll see how it goes. This will be our first episode doing that on Patreon, but yeah. Yeah,
I definitely agree because you definitely when you was talking to me, you say you don't pay for like any interviews at all. You know what I'm saying?
We don't accept or offer payment for the show. And I got a bunch of people in my DMs. I get DMs all the time. Yo, how much is the show, bro? Like, how much to get on the show? Some people I actually message back and be like, yo, we actually don't accept or offer payment. Just like stay in touch. But usually I don't even respond. I don't know, but
you schedule so like far out. Like we scheduled this like 7 months ago.
Yeah. I'm scheduled out right now to like May or something like that.
Word.
Yeah. How have you been though, bro? You've been going crazy. I see your living room set at Commune just dropped, I think February 7th.
Yeah.
Which is mad late. Didn't that happen at the end of last year?
It was October.
It was October?
Yeah.
Because I was there that night. Why did it come out like 4 months later?
So, because I literally had one. I literally had one. I had the cold cuts one dropped like maybe a week before that or something like that. Because I ended up like doing something with Social Supply or something with how can I explain it? Like it was powered by Social Supply. It was DJ Smiles party.
Is that the cold cuts thing, or is that something different?
No, that was the first time that I did Social Supply. Like that wasn't considered like a living room. That was just like something that they were just recording, and that ended up being my first episode.
Okay.
But then they actually booked me for like a different channel that social. Well, I could say like it's a chapter, I guess. Like it was just it's like still a Social Supply, but it was like a different channel that they was doing outside of the living room. So it was called Cold Cuts, when they was
still on their channel though.
Yeah, it was still on their channel, but it wasn't the actual living room episode. And then
maybe
I got booked.
I guess call it maybe a segment, a new segment. Maybe.
Yeah, segment. Like it just wasn't coming up to me, bro. Yeah. Like it was a different segment. It was called Cold Cuts, and they just gonna continue to do that with Yorkies.
Okay.
And then literally a week after that, or 2 weeks after that, that's when the Neon Fest happened, and I got booked for that, and they was powering that. So that ended up being the living room set for me. But the reason why it was like way after that is because that's when Fake Azumi did his.
So his came out first.
Yeah, his came out first. So yeah, like, but it didn't like worry me so much. I knew that they was gonna like eventually like drop it, but my cold cuts one was going crazy. So like I was still cool on it, you know. So
yeah, it's like cold cuts because Yorkies is like a sandwich shop, I think.
Yeah, sandwich shop.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Commune one was fire because I think Fake Azumi spun at like the last week of work release, like the last weekend it was open.
Yeah.
So that he comes back at Commune, which was the work release building.
Okay, yeah.
That was a fun night. I was there that night.
Yeah,
that was probably the most packed till then. Well, it might have even been more packed than the 1 year anniversary. That one might have been bigger because I was at the 1 year anniversary too. I saw you in there.
Where'd you think of that one?
That was fire.
Yeah,
had a great time. Me and my girl got a hotel. We were gonna get one at the Moxie. It was actually crazy because I messaged Kim. I was gonna get a ticket like that morning and it was sold out. I'm like, damn. So I messaged Kim. I'm like, yo, is there any way me and my girl can get in there? And he's like, yo, I'll put you on the list. I'm like, yo, that's fire. I appreciate it. But he was like, if y'all want to get a room, like there's rooms available. I was like, you know what? Let me talk to my girl. So she was like, let's do it. So we went to get a room and it was like sold out. He said the rooms were sold out. I was like, fuck. So we just got a room at the, I think it's the Hampton Inn or the Hilton. It was like bought by the Hilton. Like it was like two buildings down.
Two
we're like
down.
right next to it.
Word.
Which was fun though. We went out there to Virginia Beach. I had a great time. I have a funny video. I'll show you off camera because I don't want to put it on the show because I put it on my story, but Cam was like, yo, can you please take this down? Because he looked crazy in it. But
man.
It was, do you remember at the end of the night when he gave Daft the mic and Daft did the last call announcement? Mm-hmm. He was just like looking crazy as hell at Daft because I think he was trying to tell Daft like, yo, like let's wrap this up because it's getting to the end of the night. And I know like as a person that's throwing the show is like part of your job is to get people out of the building.
Right.
At a certain time, and that could be hard to do sometimes. People want to just be slow and like not leave.
Right.
So I think he was trying to get Daft to like get everybody to leave, but Daft was just like keeping the party going. He's like, last call, but like he's playing more shit and like just keeping it going. And he was like kind of looking at Daft like, bruh, like I got that shit on video.
Didn't I even take the mic from him?
Huh?
Didn't I even take the mic from him?
From Daft?
Yeah.
I don't even know now. I don't even remember now.
I don't remember. But
like,
I remember
fly,
that.
Though.
Yeah. Yeah. He tricked people thinking that he cut his hair.
Did he not?
No.
What'd he do?
He just stuffed it in a beanie. But when
you talking about Ivan?
Yeah, Ivan.
Okay, yeah. That's funny. I'm trying to send you. Let me send you this video, Karen. You can put it up on the TV. We won't show it, but I'm gonna just send it to you. You got your AirDrop on? Also, pull up while you get this. Pull up Baby Oil's living room set at the commune. Let's see what that's at right now.
Well, while he's doing that,
I just sent it to you. Oh, I sent it to my laptop. My bad. Go ahead, bro.
You know, it was crazy because, like, you know, when that stuff happened to me, like last year, you was the first person to reach out to, like,
the Baby Oil stuff.
Well, you know, when I got robbed and stuff like that.
My bad. I had that on my list as well, but I'm talking about go ahead.
You were like one of the first people to like reach out to me, and especially with the baby oil situation. And I was like, I wasn't like mentally like ready to talk about it. And
oh, did that happen right after you got your stuff stolen?
it was like, if you want to talk about it now, we can. But I was gonna wait until later.
No, for sure, yeah, we can.
But what I was getting at is that like I was kind of just waiting because everybody was just kind of just asking me about it and asking about it. And I was like, I don't want to talk to like anybody about this but you, because you was like the first person to reach out to me about it. And then I went on this podcast, right? And they was trying to talk about like the DJ community and stuff like that. And these people don't necessarily know me. You know what I'm saying? There's no shot to them at all.
You talking about the one you and Wise just went on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we was going over there and we was talking to them. I was just telling some things. I was just telling some like personal things that they don't know what I went through. You know what I'm saying? They thinking that my name is like on some trolling shit. You know what I'm saying? And
the whole time you the originator. No, I'm playing.
he was thinking I was some like on some trolling shit. And it was like I felt something in my spirit, man, that like I really didn't want to have this conversation here, like there, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to have it here. And literally we had to stop the podcast because the audio wasn't recording.
So it never came out.
I
actually caught some of that because one of the guys, was it No Limit Podcast?
Yeah.
Shout out to them guys either way.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing. But one of them guys in there went live.
Yeah.
And it saved on his page. So it was like a long live. I probably watched like
Right.
10 minutes of it. It was like you and Wise talking.
Yeah, it just didn't feel the same, man. Like,
Well, I do want to get back to what you're talking about. So you got your stuff stolen in Richmond out of your car, right?
Yeah.
Which has been happening to a lot of DJs. I do want to get into that, and I want to get into the whole BABYOIL situation. Diddy almost, I feel like you went through like a damn near midlife crisis when that happened. You were like, yo, I don't know what to do. Like it was really stressing you out. You were thinking about quitting. You even said you're going to quit DJing, change your name.
Yeah.
But I do want to touch on a bit of what I seen in that live. You guys were talking about mainstream versus underground, and the part I caught on the live.
Right.
But it was funny to me because y'all were talking about mainstream versus underground just locally. And in my mind, everything local is underground. I didn't really get what they meant by that. They were like, yeah, like certain clubs are mainstream or certain platforms are mainstream in the area. I'm like, where are you getting, how are you attaching a mainstream label to a local platform or a local thing? Like it's like mainstream is like nationwide. Like, you know what I mean?
I get what you mean. But what we was kind of like necessarily talking about was between like the mainstream of like a DJ, like a mainstream DJ and underground DJ. And we was pretty much just talking about like us playing local music or this type of music that we were playing in certain events. Like with a mainstream event, you got to play the top hits, the popular songs and all that stuff.
So what is a mainstream local event? Can you give me an example of that?
I'm going to say like a regular night at Beach House or something like that. Or,
okay, so something where it's like just a regular general public there and not the creative crowd.
Yeah, like we were just talking about nightlife completely. Like there's just different, like you said, like it's different segments of it. You know what I mean? Like we have the underground nightlife and then you have the mainstream nightlife. You can go to a regular night at a beach house and you're not going to hear the type of music that we would play at Traptastic or like Nobody Cares. You heard of Nobody Cares, right?
That's a DJ group, right?
Yeah, it's DJ group.
Who's in that?
Wealthy and DJ Sonic.
Okay.
So like, but when Nobody Cares does an event at Beach House, that's when it'll be like our crowd and you hear our type of music, but the crowd is different. You know what I'm saying? It's mostly like people that listen to our type of music, like with the edits and like, you know, like the cute shit. We could just go all over the place. It's more open format. When it's a regular beach house night, you're just hearing Sexy Red and Boss Man D-Lo. You're just hearing like all the popular songs. That's what we was just kind of like getting at. But with them, it was like it was two rappers, and then there was like a mainstream DJ that we were speaking to the side. I don't know if he showed DJ Young Tay in that live, but they were sitting
black
next
chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were sitting next to us.
She's like to the left of you. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. And they would be in those crowds. You know what I'm saying? And she wants to come to our side, but she thinking that we're kind of being like
Gatekeeping.
we're gatekeeping. You know what I'm saying? And we're not. Like, all you have to do is just ask. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a business at the end of the day. And were you on Twitter like the day before?
When all the DJs were arguing?
Yeah.
Did you see when I put the Social Supply video up there? You didn't see that. Pull that up. Can we go to my Twitter and go to like my replies? You'll see that. But all the DJs were, I'm not gonna say all of them, but like a bunch of our like local DJs were arguing about, maybe, I don't even know if you call it arguing. They're kind of going back and forth, but like about getting booked and like booking each other. And what else was like the central topic of this debate, would you say?
We was trying to, long story short, we were trying to figure out what was to blame for nightlife being the way that it is.
And y'all just blaming each other.
So it was either the audience was blaming the DJs for playing the same music.
Now go to my page and go to replies.
The DJs were mad at event curators because they were booking the same DJs for every party. The event curators would be mad at the audience because they won't come out if they don't book like the top DJs.
Well, let's be real. As a DJ, you're kind of also a promoter, right? So when I see a certain DJ on a lineup, that makes me want to go there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, people say like, is this like popularity contest? I wouldn't call it a popularity contest, but your name does hold a certain weight. Mm-hmm. So yes, if somebody's throwing an event, they're going to want to put certain people on that lineup that they know will bring people out. Right. That's part of your job as a DJ, is to bring people out. So if you're like an upcoming DJ, you're just getting started or something, and not many people know you, and if I put your name on this lineup, it's not necessarily going to bring people out. It doesn't make sense. Like, I don't see how you can get mad at that.
Well, it depends on what's your purpose for the event, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you, like, say, for example, like with Scholarship, right? When he used to have his events at Utopia Finney.
Right there. Open that thread up. My bad. Keep going.
You asked to be on the bill, he'll put you on there. He may have never heard you spin, sing, rap, dance, none
Scholarship.
of that. Yeah.
Just start from the top. Go to the top of that thread. Go to the top. You're at the bottom. Scroll up. Bro, scroll up to the top. Yeah. Boy, do you use Twitter, bro? Get on Twitter, bro. You're talking about Scholarship. He'll put you on a lineup even if you're unknown.
Right. And all he was doing, that his purpose wasn't necessarily to like make money. It was to provide a platform for people who didn't have one. They just wanted to show off their talent. You know what I'm saying? But then, like, say, for example, Traptastic. I'm not saying that they're in it for the money, but they're more businessmen. You know what I'm saying? They want to see, like, they want to make money at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with that. But there's a place for it. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I don't know which specific lineups you're talking about with Scholarship, but I would assume that there's probably still some known DJs on that lineup.
Well, Scholarship was, the reason why he said that was
so he started it off, right?
Yeah, but the reason why he said that.
Zoom in on that top one. Why is your thing, why is it like glitching? Why is Gabe's thing flickering like that? Is that some new thing?
So he has that since like the 2010s. Like
the
that.
flicker?
Yeah.
I've never seen it flickering like that.
So when you were able to like do a GIF as a default photo, like back in the Twitter days. Like
I don't know about this.
Yeah,
I literally, is it only show on laptops? Because I've never seen it on my phone like that.
Yeah, it does. It don't do it on the phone. It only does it on the laptop.
Oh, okay.
But he never changed it from that.
That's fire though.
So like anybody that you see with a moving gift, they've had that picture for decades.
Okay, so scholarship started off this debate. Zoom in a little more on that. He said, as a curator, I think doing little homework on who might be good to book outside of booking just people in your face is important and keep shit fresh rather than regurgitating the same thing over and over. I do not understand why that was controversial. Oh, well, he was also replying to something that Gabe said. Gabe said, I mean...
well, it was an argument between two event curators.
Okay.
Of like, why are we seeing the same bills all the time? So with this situation, or like what he was talking about, it's agreeable, but it's still a business at the end of the day. Like, we want to bring somebody else out, but their name has to hold weight for it to make sense. You know what I'm saying? If you really want people to come out, we can bring somebody who has like 20,000 followers from the Bay Area, but nobody can probably know him on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? We can bring him here. He popular over there, but he not probably popular over here.
Or like maybe like you DJs might know him. Like what's his name? Zach Fox?
Yeah.
Y'all brought him out, like Traptastic brought him out. I'm sure y'all DJs knew him. I didn't know who the fuck that was.
Well, yeah, but
Y'all
he's
put
a
me on
comedian
him.
first. He's a comedian first, and he just started DJing. Well, he was always like on like the music scene. He was like known for his mashups.
Stay on that real quick, Karen.
He was definitely known for his mashups, like back in like 2015 and 2018 and stuff like that. That's what he did. But he's also funny as shit. So he was originally in town for his comedy shows that he had at Funny Bone, and then Traptastic ended up booking him while he was here.
Go back to that
situation.
Twitter post, Karen. Let me hear it. Never. Go to the middle of the video. No, I haven't heard this. Pause it though. Go back to that. Go back to Twitter. It has to make sense, like you're saying. Well, first of all, like we even spoke on in the beginning of the episode, like you're doing creative stuff. Eventually, you have to make it profitable. So if we want these shows to happen in the city, these Traptastic shows, Bala, Social Supply stuff, like these brands have to make money. Because if they don't, they just simply cannot continue. Like you can't do shit for free or lose money forever. Like it just is literally not feasible. It's not possible. So like as someone who enjoys going to these events and I have a great time, like I want these brands to make money so they can keep going.
Right.
Like that benefits my life because it gives me something cool to do. So whatever. I just want to scroll down so you can see what I post on it. So the DJs are kind of going back and forth, talking about different things. Let me read a little bit of what Gabe was saying about the market. Go up, that top one right there. The market is growing and competition is inevitable. If you're not competing to get in the game, then you're on the bench. Unfortunately, out here, the DJ is pretty much the promoter, so the names sell. That's what we were just saying. The fact that this was Sugar Bear's first Bala ever is a testament. I don't really get what he means by that. What does that mean?
Because Sugar Bear literally rules the strip. Like he don't really be like on our scene for real. So it's the fact that he was like on our scene. It's just that like we're growing from that. Like that's what he's just trying. That's what he's just kind of like saying right there. Because Sugar Bear is hot, literally on the strip. Like with Hey Ma, because he's talking about the Hey Ma Traptastic Bala.
Bash the Beach.
Yeah, Bash the
Which
Beach.
we're going to get back to that. It's where you had the baby oil up in the air.
Yeah.
The bottle, I was like, bro, is owning it. I love it. I like it. So
Right.
Low is like, why do we have to compete? We're a small town with amazing talent with enough exposure to go around. I guess I agree with that as well. But also competition is good. Competition is how everybody gets better. And we're not that small of a town. There's not that many venues that are housing the creative stuff that's happening out here. So it's not that much. Like you actually do have to compete for these spots. So just keep going down. So there's like a lot of stuff. And then so I kind of interject and I'm just like, my Social Supply set, is on the way. Accepting February bookings now. I kind of just try to break the ice a little bit. Turn it up. You seen this, right?
Yeah. Because
How to get the EQ right.
leveling out the EQ is crazy.
That might actually be real though. I just said that, but is that really what that's doing?
Yeah, you are.
But yeah, that's good. That's good, Karen. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, man, well, first of all, yeah, I think I would just say competition is a good thing in any industry. And if you're a company, why are you zooming on my face like that? Look at the wigs in the back. That's the Bradley
That's
Cooper wig.
actually, you need to clip that actually right here. Yeah.
But like, yeah, competition in any industry is great. That's what keeps everybody on their toes, keeps everybody like getting better. And as a company, as a brand, if you can't withstand and compete with other people in the marketplace, you almost deserve to fall off. That's what happens with every industry. Fucking, you see Apple or Microsoft computers are the thing. Apple or whatever, BlackBerry phones are the thing. iPhone comes out. It's just way better. That's what people want. BlackBerry falls off. And they deserve to fall off because they're not at the top of the marketplace anymore. Like a lot of times things will be like, there's certain things where it kind of gets into this groove. What am I even really trying to say? It's like you can position yourself in a way to where you don't have to grow anymore and you're still at the top. But it's usually because you're like, okay, like for example, this is a perfect example, like mainstream news channels, Fox, CBS, NBC, all these mainstream channels. They're literally they only exist because they're subsidized and paid for by these like pharmaceutical companies and these different companies that pay them in like advertising money. That's how they stay afloat. But they don't have the best content. They don't offer the best coverage. They don't have the best numbers. Podcasts and YouTube shows and like underground stuff is getting all the viewers. So literally in a free market, those companies would have been died. Respectfully so. And like they would have deserved to die. But they're literally still here just because they're being upheld by like these like this corporate backing.
Yeah. But I get that. But the definition of competition, at least out here, has changed.
Well, it's changed everywhere. But what do you mean by that?
I okay. But like it's not like people there's certain DJs out here, like say I'm just talking about the DJs because that's what I like know, right? When it comes to showing off like your skills, it's just like it's different now because people are just wanting that viral moment because their life is changing from the viral moment. It's not like people are really showing off like their actual techniques. Like not many people are scratching out here. I'm not the best scratcher, but like I do a little bit of scratching. But
I think I saw you scratching at the Bash at the Beach.
Yeah, like I do a little bit. Like I'm not saying that I'm the best, but like there's just the style of DJing has changed because stems came out like 2 years ago. And you'll see like something on TikTok show 1 million likes just because he took an acapella and put it with another beat and made that a transition.
And for people that are listening, if they don't know what stems are, they're just like if you like listen to a song, you can get the stems out, which are each of the individual tracks in the song. It should be like the vocals track, the drums, the whatever each instrument is.
Yeah. So there's a lot of mashups out there. People are thinking they're producers because they do that, and it's just I don't know. It's just everybody's looking for their viral moment. Like you'll see, like people complain because certain things didn't go viral. Like especially with their social supply. Like with me, my first social supply, I was more upset at the fact of how it looked to the public eye, because it looked like niggas wasn't fucking with me. Like nobody showed up to my shit, but I was also an opener. So I still had a time in my life because I snapped on that set, but it didn't do the best like on the channel. It probably got the lowest views on there. You know what I'm saying? But I still appreciate the opportunity because they didn't have to give me the opportunity again and again and again. You know what I'm saying? So I just like kind of just seeing my stuff like being on a public forum. That's what I like because it's just an e-portfolio for me. You know what I'm saying? I can just show this. I can promote like this video anywhere. And it got me gigs, like especially like this last one that just happened.
Pull up. Did you pull up his living room set yet, bro?
Especially this last one. It only been out for 4 days, and I've got 5 gigs.
Out of town stuff?
Out of town stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a gig in D.C., got 2 in New York, potentially got 1 in Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Getting talks in Atlanta, like getting talks in L.A., like just from people, like all these different party series are following me.
They said they found your living room set.
Yeah, they found my living room set, and they're interested in booking me. And it got what, 13,000.
Yeah, click on that. Let's see what's it at right now.
It's at 13K.
That second one, yeah, 13.
Yeah.
Come on, how many subs do they have on their channel now?
That is 26,000
84K.
ears.
That's 20 what?
26,000 ears. Heard me. You know what I'm saying?
That's fire. That's like I spoke to Cam and them about this. Like that's got to be the greatest feeling, bro. 'Cause that's the type of platform we're trying to build, where we can really create opportunities for people. Like that's beautiful, bro.
People be talking just so much shit about this, about Social Supply and what they do, and like people is like clout chasing and shit. And
what is
like,
the critique people have of Social Supply?
Well,
mute that.
So like from what I'm seeing is that the consumers, they hate that people are bombarding the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get some camera time while the DJ's DJing.
Like in the comments, people are saying that?
Yeah. And then like people DJs are upset that they're not getting the chance to get the video, or not being able to.
What do you mean get the video?
Like to be a part of the
like to have their own set.
Like to have their own set.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They thinking that they only just booking within. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they do be the same DJs, you know, on their bills and stuff like that. But these are the top hitters on their channel. So what sparked the conversation between Scholarship and everybody was the 1 year anniversary thing. Because we saw that bill before, but these are the heavy hitters of the entire channel.
I'll be honest, I don't see Froxy or Daff on that many bills.
Well, they're older DJs, so they have like residencies, and you know what I'm saying. Like, and Daff, you know, he got robbed at one point. He got his stuff taken. He got his stuff taken at the Cold Cuts
that night.
Yeah. So he was just using everybody's stuff. Well, he was still getting booked, but you know, I know I've been there. I know what it does to you mentally. It's not the best, like, because that stuff can be replaced, but the memories that you had with the shit, or like, you know what I'm saying, like mentally, it was mentally damaging, because it's just like you still want to keep going, but you can't forget that shit happened to you, because you still try to stay relevant, because it's still a business. It's still like your brand. You still gotta like show out when it's time to show out, no matter what you were using. Like even when I got robbed, 2 days later I had a gig. I had no stuff, so I was using somebody else's laptop. I was using somebody else's music. I still did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But I was depressed the entire time. Like,
let's get into that. So pull up the picture I just sent you, Karen. You made a post that I wrote down. It was on National DJ Day. You said, "Boy, I really thought Baby Oil ran its course last year. My equipment was stolen, and Baby Oil was trending in the worst way possible. I had ideas of what I wanted to change my DJ name to, but it just didn't hit the same. it felt like all the work I put in was about to be erased. However, Virginia still had my back through it all and kept me pushing. I value the community to the most high. A lot of things to kind of unpack here. Yeah, how did it feel getting your stuff stolen? Like, how did that happen? Like, was it in your car? I think it was in your car, right? We could touch on, this whole BABYOIL situation that happened with Diddy, how you felt through that. And also maybe just touch on the impact, like, the community has had on what you do.
So I was DJing in Richmond. I brought Lo and Vega up to spend with me at this place called The Hideaway. Shout out to Marcus Gold. He used to run it. RIP The Hideaway because it's not there no more.
Not to cut you off. I've been there one time. That shit closed down. I was at that huge venue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went there one time. I think that was the last ever like event there. Yeah.
Oh, really?
It was what event was it? Fuck. Me and my girl went, and AJ and his girl went too. I forgot what it was, but it was a Halloween event. It was a Halloween event.
Oh, so yeah, that kind of sparked the downfall of The Hideaway. But I can get there.
Okay.
But yeah, like I got my stuff robbed in in front of my girlfriend's house because she lives in Richmond, and like I don't know, I just walked outside and my doors was closed, everything was closed, but then I see like my glove compartment open, and I usually don't go in there. So I'm like, maybe I was like drunk or something, and I, didn't have, or I just went in there for something. But I went to grab my laptop in the passenger seat because that's where I left it at. It was in a tote bag. It wasn't there, so I'm thinking like, oh, I put it in the back seat. I went in the back seat. My controller wasn't there. My overnight bag wasn't there. And my laptop and stuff wasn't there. So I was just like panicking. I was using to Find My Mac and stuff like that, trying to find it. It was saying that it was here. I was driving place to place, and it just wasn't there. And I thought that I was like literally done. And you know what's crazy? I had a social supply episode that week, and that was supposed to be my first one. That's when they did that thing at Portsmouth when it was Gabe and Dav. I forgot what festival it was called, though.
Oh, at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was at High Street Festival.
Yeah, High
put
Street
together.
Festival. Yeah. So that was supposed to be the remix to the first one. And then I got robbed. That same week.
Oh, so you were supposed to spin there?
Yeah. It was supposed to be me and Dav. It wasn't supposed to be Gabe and Dav.
For people that don't know, that's the one that Dav took his shirt off.
Yeah. Took his shirt off. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so the way that, like, I was just more worried about the business part of it. Like, I just hit everybody up like, yo, I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just got my stuff stolen, yada, yada, yada. I was just hitting everybody up. I had like 4 gigs. And then I posted it, just let them know like, hey, it's going to be a minute before I DJ again, because I was just trying to be proactive more than reactive. Like, I was pissed, but I'm just like, I got business to handle, So I got the word out, hey, all my stuff is stolen, so just give me a second to get back right, and then, I'll go back to spinning. And then Vega, he was like, nah, we're going to get you right as soon as possible. And he made like a GoFundMe. I wasn't going to do none of that. And it raised over $5,000, and I had my stuff back in a week. And I was just like, wow, like, because I didn't know that. I did not know Virginia fucked with me like that, like to that capacity that they would give me money to continue to do what I love. And it just felt different, like, because I know that people like supported me, but I didn't know to that capacity, I don't know. It was just a very different feeling. It was very surprising, like very surprising. But I cherish that moment forever. Like I feel like I'm forever in debt with Vega. Just like he not telling me that. I'm just like, anything that he never needs from me, I'm doing it for him. If he needs to use my controller, if you need me to be here, if you need me to record this, I just do it because I wouldn't have succeeded to where I am now if it wasn't for him.
Got you through that like
He-
lowest
he-
point in your
yeah,
like career
like,
so far.
It was bad. Like that whole like July, August, September were the worst months of my life.
That
Hands
would happen
down.
in July.
So yeah, so it happened. I got robbed in July. I ended up losing my job in August, and then the baby oil Diddy situation happened in September.
That's a crazy ass run. You know, I said this shit happens in threes.
Yeah, like it was so weird because it was just like every month I felt like I was in like the headlines of like a creative scene just for something, you know? Like I got robbed, and then like when people didn't see me around, I had to tell people that, you know, I lost my job because I was working for a luxury company. You know
What
what I'm
kind of
saying?
company?
So it was this kind of like this customer service shit where it's a whole bunch of luxury companies in one. and you
Electric? Are you saying electric companies?
luxury.
Luxury, okay.
Luxury. So like I was working for Versace, I was working for MCM, Sandro, Maj, and shit like that, you know.
What were you doing?
I was kind of just handling like their warehouse operations for the most part, but like people thought that that's where I was like getting like my swag from type shit. Like I don't know. Like
Yeah.
but like when people didn't see me around like for the month of August, it was because of that. You know what I'm saying?
Even side note on the luxury companies, I did an episode with Chaz Tuesdays like
Really?
a month ago.
Right.
And he put me on some shit that I didn't know. It was like in fashion, there's like 2 companies that own like everything. I think one of them was MCM, and there was another one, but they own like everything, like Balenciaga, Gucci, Supreme. Like
Oh, word.
it's like 2 main companies that own like all the fashion brands.
Word. Yeah, I didn't
And that's
know
kind of
that.
it's similar in a lot of industries, bro. Like it's monopolies and like everything. Like candy, it's like 2 or 3 different corporations that own
Right.
all candy, like
Right.
Hershey, Skittles. Like
Right.
it's like the way he said it was really funny. It was like it's like manufactured choice or like manufactured competition. Like you think these companies are in competition, but they're really all owned by the same person.
Word. And they all made by the same person. Like or at least manufactured. Like what was crazy, because I thought MCM was a European brand, but it's really South Korean. It's owned by a South Korean woman.
That the one that they, I don't know which one was which, but like some of them own like Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Gucci. That MCM? Yeah, Hermes, Louis Vuitton, Dior, Chanel. Big Four.
Oh, the big four.
So July you get robbed, August you lose your job, and September
The baby oil
the
Diddy
baby oil
series.
Diddy situation happens. I wanted to do a skit with you at that point, but you were like not ready for that. So that's why when I
just
seen you
wasn't,
at Bash
man.
the Beach, like owning it and like just having fun with it, I was like, I'm glad, bro, like kind of got over that hump.
Man, I'm still dealing with it to this day, man. You have no clue. Like, because it was like people were making their jokes and stuff, but they didn't know how much damaging that did to my brand. Like, on a serious note, like to where people were taking me off bills because
Really?
of the name. People weren't booking me because that's my name. There were people that would see me spin out in public, and then they found out what my name is and don't want to support me.
Because they thought like you were trolling the situation. Like
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time believing that people out here that were throwing gigs like cared that much about
But
that.
it's just hard. It's hard to market yourself as Baby Oil. They called Diddy Mr. Baby Oil on national television. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like people making the jokes and laughing, and I'm just like, man, like it's funny, but what that man did, if niggas actually read into what he did, is some heinous shit. So it's just like when people react to my name, it's like I get it, but I'm not him, and I'm not trolling. I've been Baby Oil since 2017, and like I'm not necessarily begging, because if they don't support me, they don't support me. you know, but I still have to like keep going. And it's like, it'd be like happen every once in a while. So I'd be thinking like, should I just change my name? But it's just like, I would start to have to, I don't want to go through that formerly known as Baby Oil tour. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What was some options you had if you were going to change it?
So I was going to either follow, because my granddad and my father were DJs.
Really?
Yeah. And that's another story too, because like I got into DJing naturally. Because I didn't know that my father DJ'd until I was already a DJ. And my granddad, he owns one of the top radio stations in Mississippi.
To this day?
To this day.
Which one? What's it called?
I don't even fucking know. I don't remember. Like, I remember sitting in his radio station for hours while he was just like on the radio station. But his name is Kojak. But he had that place for like 40 years.
So he was like the owner of it.
Yeah.
So he wasn't really like on air. He was just kind of like behind the scenes.
He was still on
was
it. Like,
DJing on it.
if I literally went to Memphis or Holly Springs, Mississippi, I can walk down the street with him and everybody would know him. They would know his voice. You know what I'm saying? Just Kojak, and then they was calling my dad Kojak Jr. I was either going to carry the Kojak name, or my dad's DJ name was Second Seed.
So you would be Third Seed.
I would have been Third Seed.
Yeah, that's kind of fire.
I was going to be Third
Kojak.
Seed.
Isn't Kojak like a...
It's an old...
It's like a thing. Like, it's like a... Isn't that like a product or something? I feel like I've heard the word Kojak before.
Yeah, I think that's the 92. Yeah.
Type in Kojak, Mississippi or something. Is that it? 92, what was that?
That's him right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
That's your granddad?
That's my granddad.
That's fire. Go up. What was the name of the station? I think it was
92.7.
Change. The Change. I like that. That's a fire name too. I think they have an iHeart deal. I think that's an iHeart logo up there, unless that's
crazy.
part of their logo. That's really fire. So what is your so you didn't know your dad was a DJ until you started. I guess what did he say when he found out you were DJing? And was that like a bonding experience for you guys?
No. No.
He didn't want you to DJ?
No, I mean, me and my dad, we weren't really like close. But my father's side of the family were musically inclined. So like my granddad's brother, he travels all over the world as a pianist. You know what I'm saying? Like any fucking venue or like any symphony that you could think of, he probably done it before.
That's really far. Like, honestly, I don't. You haven't told me that, because I think our last episode was with Wise. So like, I don't really think we got too much into your story or his.
Yeah.
Like, we're just talking about random stuff.
So the thing that like I bring Wise with me because he can make sense of the thoughts that I be having. You know what I'm saying? And then he's also an event curator. So I never curated an event before. So like he can give, and he also been DJing longer than I have, but he can give you a different perspective of what I'm talking about in certain situations. But that's why I brought him to the No Limit one, because he can give like a different dialogue. But yeah, like when it comes to like with me, I'm very like spiritual. Like when it comes to like what I love to do, like it's just like if it don't feel right, I just won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or like I know like this is not going to go the way that I'm thinking that it's going to go. Like I know that like when I have this conversation with you, I know that I was going to be more comfortable because you've been around me. Like when I was with No Limit, we was having a conversation, but it was just like, y'all not really feeling me. Like you're not feeling what I'm saying because you just weren't there. Like you didn't see none of the shit that I was going through. Like you didn't meet me until now, but you've been there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know each other for a few years now.
Yeah, like.
And I would say also it can be hard to have a personal conversation with like when there's like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because they have like a few co-hosts.
Yeah.
So even that just in itself can feel a little different than if you're just like talking one-on-one with somebody.
Yeah. But they never been to like a social supply event. They never been. They weren't there when it's Utopia was open. They weren't there when Slow Dive was open. They weren't there when Thank You was open. You know what I'm saying? Like they just wasn't there for the creative scene that we're trying to keep going. Like we're working with what we
Bro,
got.
it's crazy. Even though you say that now I'm thinking like, yo, I guess I really would. I've been on the scene now for like 4 or 5 years, seeing all these different things.
We
but
had it all.
It's crazy because like things are dying out. Like you're saying, we were at Slow Dive for like a year. Shit is gone.
Yeah,
we're at
like,
Thank You. Shit is gone. Utopia is still going, but they've been kind of doing stuff like outside of the building.
More like private shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
yeah. I always say, bro, like it's like we have just how there's a freaking music scene in America. We have a music scene, a creative scene in the 757. And it's like there's different eras of it.
Yeah.
You see people come and go. You see brands come and go. You see venues come and go.
Yeah.
You see the people that find ways to keep creating as they get older, like as like that survive through the eras. That's what I'm most interested in, and that's why like I enjoy speaking to some of our like older people out here. Like even if they're not that much older than us, but like Gabe or Sonny or Rod does a great job at it. Traps has been going on for like 10 years.
Right. And that's literally what I like to go back to, like when we was just having a conversation about what scholarship and then we're saying, like it comes to a point where just like with you have to grow as a business. So like there's going to be eventually where Traptastic is not going to be local anymore.
Well, yeah, that's what he told me. We just did an episode last month. His next step is doing out of the area.
Like
travel shows.
Yeah, he been doing Traptastic for
10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. And also, not to cut you off, side note, Vega been spinning with Traptastic for 10 years.
For 10 years. And then he's going viral. He's about to hit 1 million. Like, the people who are going viral, they put the work in. Joe Foxy been doing this shit for 10 plus years. Dav been doing this shit for 10 plus years. Gabe been doing this shit for 10 plus years. So the doors that they have opened for us is because they done the legwork. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? I be going to different cities all over the nation and
people know them.
They know Gabe everywhere. Like, it's just so crazy. Because I'll just say, like, I'm from Virginia, and they'll be like, oh, so you know Gabe, or you know Dav.
Didn't you tell me that somebody said they saw your podcast? Was that you that told me that somebody saw your podcast, like, out of the state somewhere? Was that you?
What you mean?
So I swear it was you. I swear you were, I think you were in New York. I think you texted me, or I saw you somewhere. You were like, somebody said they saw you on the pod, like, from out of state. Might not have been you. I can't remember now.
It may have.
Yeah.
It's probably...
But even on that, like Dav, like I had when Dav was up here, he was telling me like I don't even think he actually didn't single anybody out. He didn't name anybody, but he was like sometimes like him and Gabe and like some of our like older DJs or like veteran DJs will have these conversations like maybe we put people on too soon. Cause like just how you're saying, like they did the legwork to create these opportunities. So like a DJ just starting out, like they'll put them on that level that they're at, and now there's like they can get entitled or they'll like forget like how like all the work that was done by others for them to be able to do that.
Yeah, because one thing that rubbed me the wrong way, I forgot who said it, like in that whole situation, was that they said that like rubbing shoulders with somebody is like riding dick, and that was kind of like the worst part of it because nobody wants to go and do the legwork anymore. Like there was a point where social media didn't fucking exist, where you could have a viral moment and you can go be booked in fucking LA just from a video. People had to literally go from venue to venue.
You got to go to LA and meet somebody over there.
Yeah, you had to put the word out that you do what you do. Like, you had to market yourself. TikTok wasn't marketing for you. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's kind of dying out now. Like, that's one thing I do appreciate with this whole Kendrick and Drake beef is that, like, Kendrick brought back, like, a healthy level of hating on somebody. Like, yeah, you know what? Like, okay. I hate your shit. Like, I don't hate you as a, well, he might actually hate Drake as a person, but like you're allowed to be a hater again. Like, it was just one thing, like, it was a period of the culture where it's like you're either a dick rider or you're a hater. And it's like, can I just like or not like something? Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. And I feel like we need to start being real with like certain people. That they shit stinks. Or they at least need to improve, you know? But
All that, I mean, improving just comes with time. You just gotta put in the time to get better.
right, but like just back from the marketing, because Gabe, Daff, and them, they put the legwork in that we didn't necessarily have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us to get into these certain venues, he just said, "Hey, this man's nice. Now you booked." You know what I'm saying? But you wouldn't go and get that yourself, and that would be my issue with people. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate the doors that Gabe and Daff opened for me. And Gabe was the second person to ever book me.
Who was the first?
Scholarship. Scholarship is the reason why I started DJing. Like, he was the first person to ever like just give me a chance. I used to just be a consumer of all this shit because I didn't even know about this scene until I was 18 years old, and I was following Fake Azumi everywhere because I was just a fan of him. But then I was too young to get into some certain shit that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then I remember I treated like Fake Azumi like a just like a star. Like, I was just like a super fan of him. Like, just young, and I was just inspired by him, like his music. I was inspired. Do you know Opal?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so Opal, she used to be a fire artist. I don't know what the fuck happened to her, but she was like
From out here?
Yeah, she from out here.
Can we look her up? You know her Instagram?
I don't even know. I really think that she wiped off the face of the earth after she had a kid.
Okay.
But let me see.
Keep going though, he'll find it.
Well, that's her SoundCloud right there. Oh, that's her right here. Well, if you go back to images, her right there. Yeah.
Zoom in on her. I don't think I know her. Okay. Oh, so she blew up then.
Well, she was fire out here. Like, the song that they're talking about, France, Fake Azumi produced that.
Okay.
And it was hard. Like, and I remember them having like a listening party for something, and they lived together, and I pulled up to their place, and like, I guess I was like one of the first people to like arrive to this shit, and I was like uncomfortable because I was just like, damn, I'm next to Fake Azumi. I don't know what to talk about. He's trying to have like a full conversation with me. I'm just like, yeah,
I love you, bro.
good word.
That Opal shit going crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you're dope, man. And then I was like so uncomfortable that I was like, I'm finna go to the car real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'll be right back.
You left.
I floated.
Is this after the Mac Miller stuff?
Well, see, I didn't know that he produced those songs until we became friends.
So not to sound weird, but why do you think he was a star then? Because of his DJing stuff in the city, or?
He was just popular. I mean, like, I don't know. It was just like, I was just really a fan of him DJing, his producing.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the stuff that I was able to get into as a 18-year-old.
Yeah.
He was the only person I knew. And then I found out about Rebel E, and that was like the group that Daff and Gabe was a part of. Yeah, Artel,
I think
Max Fuller.
Vinny's in that.
Yeah, like, again, a young buck. I was in MacArthur Mall, and Max Fullard, I think that's his last name, but Max Fullard and Artel, they were passing out, flyers for an event that they were doing at the Nova. Nova. And I was, they was chopping it up, you know what I'm saying? And I was telling them that me and my mans were too young to get in. He was
Is Max the one that did the Kid Cudi stuff? or was there somebody else at a Rebel E? Vinny was telling me the story. It was like something with, he has something to do with Cuddy, or like he was about to get signed.
That's Seth Hughes.
Yeah.
Seth Hughes. Yeah.
I forgot the whole story, but it was something like that. Yeah.
I think.
But you were at the mall.
His Seth Hughes manager was also Kid Cudi's manager.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But yeah, that's when they moved to like LA and stuff like that.
But you were saying you were at MacArthur Mall.
Yeah. And, we was just like, I don't know. We was just like, oh, this is just a different scene. We ain't doing nothing. And we can't even get in. But then it was like they're doing something at like some type of brewery or something like that. It's not the O'Connor Brewery. It was some brewery where you walk into the brewery and there's just these rooms behind it. You go up these steps and it's just like this event space where they was doing something at. And that's when like I met Fake Azumi like personally. And I forgot what my Twitter name or my Instagram name was at the time, but that's what he was calling me type shit. And then from time to time I say what's up with him. I was supporting like his party Groove Theory. And then maybe like 4 years later, we became friends. I've been a fan of him for a decade now.
We had a really fire episode with Fake Azumi too. He went in through the whole story of like how he got the Mac Miller placements, and it was hilarious because it was like this. Do you know the story? Did you watch that episode, or did you know the story?
Yeah.
How it was like the fake Drake account.
Yeah.
So he was telling this whole story. He's like, he like steals his Drake account. I think Mac's manager or somebody was like following that Drake account. He stole the account somehow from some girl, changed it to like his photo and his name. Basically just now he had the followers of that account, but it was his page now. And he was posting cover arts. And I think like Mac's manager or somebody was like the cover art, but he was like, yo, I also make beats. So he sent him the beats. That's how he got the placements. And it was hilarious. I ended up doing a pod with Clockwork in New York, and I told him that story. Oh, also, backtrack, he's telling the whole story, and it's like this Drake account is like pivotal to it. And then I didn't know this was going to happen. And then like at the end of the story, I'm like, I remember I have a Drake shirt on. I had a Drake Degrassi shirt on. So it's like, it was just like perfect. I don't know. That shit was hilarious. So I told Clockwork the story when I did a pod with him. He actually didn't even know it. He didn't know how Fake Azumi got those beats to them.
Word.
So he was like, thought it was cool to like hear that too.
I remember I used to tell my stories to Fake Azumi when I heard these songs before, because these songs are my favorite songs by Mac Miller. Like Good Evening is my favorite song by him. So I was in the 8th grade when that came out. I was in Florida waiting to get on a cruise, and I went into the hotel computer rooms, like back in the day, like the hotel
office.
The hotel office computer rooms. So I went in there and I pulled out live mixtapes, and Kids just dropped. And I was listening to Good Evening, and I downloaded the mixtape from the hotel computer onto my iPod at the time. And I don't know if y'all know how iPods worked back in the day, but it's only connected to your computer.
Your iTunes. If you get it from another iTunes, I think it erases your library.
Everything.
Yeah.
So I just had Kids.
You erased everything just to get Kids.
I erased everything just to get Kids. And I didn't even listen to the whole tape until I was older. I was just kept playing Good Evening. And then I didn't know he did the spins when I heard it, because I didn't like the spins.
I think it was 3 songs on that one.
No, it's just the spins and Good Evening.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just a fan. I was just a fan of the Virginia creative scene. I would have never thought that I was gonna ever be a part of it. I literally never thought of DJing ever. Literally ever.
Bro. You usually start out as a fan of stuff. Something pulls you towards it. You want to create yourself. You want to become a part of it. I don't know. I think it's cool to see how our scene is evolving, and I think I really believe that soon it's going to be like people from other areas wanting to be involved with what we're doing here. We're building something really cool here, and I would say something I always say too is that stands out to me about Virginia, because I've been to other places, like I've been to LA, New York. Like one of the more beautiful things about this area is we're not jaded yet, most of us, because we really haven't had those like super huge wins where we get like jaded. It's still very wholesome, and that's even that was Clockwork's like biggest compliment of why he likes coming to Virginia, because he's like, it's mad wholesome. Like people are actually like enjoying themselves and having a real like good time. It's not like this jaded like weird energy, which I'm sure exists somewhere, but like everywhere I go, I don't really see that.
Yeah, because he lives in New York, right?
Yeah.
You know, I used to live in New York. I can literally attest to that, because being a DJ was not it's not interesting in New York.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gave a fuck.
It's 1,000 DJs.
It's 1,000 DJs.
Also, I wanted to go back to what you said earlier, about just Gabe and Daff and like these veteran DJs creating opportunities and like wanting to get the like new eras involved. It wasn't always like that. I did an episode with Can Rock, and he was like, bro, back in the day, he's been DJing for 20 years. So back in the day, like DJs, it was like a battle. It was like, no, this is my club. You're not gonna spin here. Like they didn't want to help
fighting
anyone.
for residencies.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So,
with Gabe, he told me that. Do you know Burke Visuals?
Yeah. Yep. He lives in LA now.
Yeah. So Burke was the one that taught him how to DJ. So when Burke moved to LA, he gave Gabe like the residencies that he had. So that's where he built everything from that. You know what I'm saying? He just showed. It's just like when people like Gabe and Do-Rag give you these opportunities, just don't embarrass them. You know what I'm saying? Because they vouch for you. You know what I'm saying? I've never embarrassed them. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the sense of entitlement that some of these people have, but they don't want to put the work in for these things. It's like, okay, like DJs be thinking that these people are like gatekeeping this, but you never even talked to these people before. You never even asked Social Supply to do an episode. You want them to come to you.
You see, I asked them for a set. They said no, but I asked though.
You did
agree.
more than what they would do.
I agree, bro. And also, yeah, Burke is a cool guy. I met him at that spot where it's like a bunch of furniture in there. I forgot what it's called, but it was something going on there like recently. I met him. He said he wants to do a podcast. I was like, because he was about to go back to LA, and I was like,
that Duck Dive?
No, it's a spot. It's like right by Duck Dive. It has like all the furniture in it.
Love Song? Or Back Bar?
It's like next to Back Bar. It's like down at the other end.
Oh, Coastal Mod.
Yeah, Coastal Mod.
Coastal
So I
Mod,
met him
yeah.
there like maybe like a month or two ago, and he was like, he fucks with what I'm doing. He was telling me a bunch of stuff that he's like done, and I was like, because he was about to go back to LA, and I was like, bro, let's do it in LA next time I come out there. So that'll be happening when I go out there.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. Last question I really had is, you're spinning at, I think your next event is Valentine's Day. You're spinning at the Intimate Friends Kello's put together. I think Stormy Blue is a part of that.
Yeah. It's Stormy Blue's event that Kello's hosting.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ready for that? Are you single?
Yeah.
Oh, so you might want to actually, enjoy the fruits of what this event is offering.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm actually very excited for it. I love spinning R&B. That's really my shit. So, and me and Chef Joe, we've been trying to spin together for the longest. So I'm glad that it's me and her. So
Who's Chef Joe?
that's the other DJ.
That's not Joe Froxy?
That's
person?
Joe Froxy.
Okay.
But it's just Chef Dro. She's a chef and
Dro.
also a DJ.
Okay,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But
I have a girlfriend this year. This is my first time having a Valentine in a little while, so I won't be there. But y'all go crazy.
you got some surprises for her?
For Valentine's Day? So I actually went today. She's not gonna. Well, she might watch this, but it won't be in time. I went today and got like a bunch of like decorations and shit. Like my first time doing the whole rose petal vibe. Like I got a bunch of little rose petals, and I was telling Karen about it. So we're doing the whole thing. Man. It's gonna be cool. We're probably gonna stay inside and cook dinner and just hang out and stuff. But yeah, appreciate you, bro. Means a lot too that you like feel the way you do about this platform, that you're comfortable to come up here and like tell your story, and like you say like you wanted to save it for this platform.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. That's fire. Hell yeah. Anything else you want to leave the people with? Anything else you want to touch on?
I feel like I said everything I actually wanted to say. You know, I appreciate you for letting me, come on the podcast again. This is my first one that I did solo.
For sure.
Like,
Were you and Wise up here twice or was it once?
That was just once.
Okay.
But usually I bring somebody with me for like a comfortable, like, type situation.
But have you been up here with other people or is it just that one with Wise? I can't even remember now.
I came with Zero.
With Zero.
Well, it was always. It was
Okay.
it was the first one.
Okay. That was when we were real deep. When they were giving Larry the Henny.
Yeah.
They're like, where your mom at?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, always, bro. We gonna
And
do it again.
that's when I wasn't even living here. You know what was crazy?
What?
I bought a whole fresh fit for this podcast that day, right?
For this, the always one?
Yeah, like when we all came. Literally, I think we left here and went to Pit Stop or something like that. Or actually, no, yeah. Like literally after that, I bought some fresh pair of Timbs. And as I was leaving Pit Stop, there was this pole that was like sticking out of the ground and it had spikes on it. I'm running to the car. I kick it. It literally splits the Timbs open.
Did it hit your foot?
It didn't hit my foot, but it split the Timbs open. I literally had those Timbs for 3 hours.
There might have been some fake Timbs, bro.
Nah, I got them from Timberland, man. Split them bitches open. This was a spiky ass pole though. Like I don't know.
You gotta get the steel toe Timbs.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
I never like that shit was crazy. $190.
Shout out to Always. We just did actually a video with Zero and Motley for you saw they did the academics disc with RXK and Brandon.
Yeah.
We did a little like pin segment for that. Fuck with them boys. They always show love, man. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, bro. If you guys are watching this, we appreciate you for tuning in. Catch Baby Oil this Valentine's Day at what's the venue?
Commune.
At Commune for the Intimate Friends Valentine's Day event with Stormy Blue, hosted by Kello. Follow him on Instagram to catch his other gigs.
Mr. Baby Oil, MISTA Baby Oil.
Come on. We'll see y'all soon.